I wanted to start by saying that we've got a very strong region, and in the 8 months since I was elected as the Mayor, on a platform to take the Sunshine Coast in a new direction, it's been a great 8 months. The new direction which brings the region closer to a sustainable economy, a new direction which encourages existing businesses and attracts new ones, a new direction where we care about and take care of our environment and our community, a new direction where everyone works together towards a common goal, a new direction where council operates more efficiently and more effectively. And we've taken many steps towards that new direction, but the road is long. Let me start with creating that sustainable economy. For as long as most of us can remember, this region has been built on construction, tourism and retail. And before that, agriculture, primarily sugarcane. As we've discovered during the global financial crisis, an economy that relies on too few industries and is at the mercy of world markets really is challenged. And we've had to endure a lot of those challenges. I want to help us get off that roller coaster, and I think at the very least I've helped smooth out some of the bigger bumps on the way. It's meant looking to maximise the opportunities created by new and emerging business sectors. The best example is the health hub that has started to come out of the ground at Kawana. The shell of the new Sunshine Coast University Private Hospital stands as a beacon for what's to come. Its public counterpart is also underway, and like magnets they will attract allied health services to support them into the future. Now, I can't claim the credit for those projects, but this council has done much to make the most of them. Just weeks into our term, we helped hundreds of Sunshine Coasters find out how to bid for work opportunities in that health hub. Recently I've travelled to Sydney to tell anyone who'd listen about the great opportunities presented by the health hub on the Sunshine Coast. And I think we'll hear the echoes of those conversations for many years to come. Just yesterday I joined a number of councillors on a tour of the Gold Coast University Hospital site to gain valuable insights into what's happening there. And I was delighted to meet a local Sunshine Coast builder, Gordon Clements from Quality Constructions, who's been instrumental with all of the carpentry work and roofing work on what is a massive project. And in talking to some of Gordon's men, many have enjoyed significant employment there. They're really looking forward to an opportunity to get back onto the Sunshine Coast and work on the hospital there. But it's not just health. There's aviation, professional services and digital technology, the clean tech industries, the agribusiness, major events attraction, supplying the resources sector, education and more. We'll not leave our big three behind. Construction, retail and tourism will always have a very important role to play on the Sunshine Coast economy. And as a council we'll continue to support and develop these significant employment producing groups. I'm proud to say tourism in particular is starting to show signs of its rugged health. The number of Australians holidaying on the Sunshine Coast increased to 2.8 million to the year ended September 2012. This represents a 6% increase in the total number of visitors to our region. During this period, our domestic visitors spent $1.8 billion on visits to the Sunshine Coast, an increase of 10% or $165 million more than the year before. These figures are why I am disturbed by the Boundary Commissioner's report saying tourism could be harmed through de-amalgamation. We've just started to get off the canvas, and another hit won't help our recovery. With the support of a strong council, these traditional and emerging industries will drive us towards a more diverse and sustainable economy in the future. Another of my key commitments during the election was to encourage existing businesses and attract new ones. In 2012, Council helped to deliver a number of new businesses, helped others to expand and convinced others to stay here. I won't go through them all, but some of the more notable examples include securing and expanding our international air service. Nearly 10,500 seats and millions of dollars were secured by the Air New Zealand decision to renew and expand its seasonal international service to the Sunshine Coast. Almost 200 jobs were created by the attraction of Stella Asia Pacific Contact Centre, which will open in Maroochydore early next year. 68 new jobs were created through a $5.3 million reinvestment by Zender Gluten Free. And 80 jobs were kept on the coast after BizFirm was convinced the Sunshine Coast new direction was indeed the right direction for their business. I should add that we are disappointed there is continuing doubt about the future of the PGA on the Sunshine Coast. Council's financial and moral support and the blood, sweat and tears of many locals has helped to make this event one of Australia's great sporting events, and I urge the resort and organisers to sort it out quickly. Thankfully, Council's been working hard to attract another big event, and announced earlier this week Tough Mudder, which will be a huge draw card to the region, and although attracting a different audience, nonetheless an extremely useful economic driver, as will be the Queensland Reds match against the Waikato Chiefs announced earlier this week. When you look at the year as a whole, there's plenty to like, and I'm encouraged by the results of this week's business survey, which showed confidence is up. That's what happens when you have a year which has seen hundreds of new jobs, tens of millions of dollars more invested, and countless opportunities created. We achieved this by providing more support for existing business and making the region more attractive for new businesses. This has included awarding contracts to locals at a rate of 70 cents in every dollar that council spends, processing development applications more efficiently than ever before. More than 90% of all material change of use applications are now determined within the statutory period. Launching Business Easy as an online one-stop shop for all businesses. Delivering a business-friendly budget, including a supercharged business support program. Reducing fees for employment-generating development, waiving all fees associated with pre-lodgement meetings, and the encouragement of multiple meetings to get projects right. And backing small business who want to keep trading hours to the same and keep what little competitive advantage they have left. So the first steps have been taken towards making it easier to do business on the Sunshine Coast. Many more will be taken in the months and years ahead. Which brings me to the new direction this council has taken toward the environment and the community. One of the first things we did was recommit to being Australia's most sustainable region. Vibrant, green and diverse. It's a unique position and one well worth pursuing. We did it with a clear understanding that the economy would share the stage with the environment and the lifestyle to which we all aspire. In dollar terms, that saw $8 million allocated for economic development initiatives in our budget, nearly $24 million provided for environmental programs, while community partnerships and grants received in excess of $8 million. We did it on a common sense assumption that you can only have a sustainable environment and lifestyle if it can be funded and paid for by a sustainable economy. This meant we continued to develop our environmental and community programs and also took steps to ensure the long-term financial future of our region. We have got the balance right between the economy, the environment and our lifestyle. Council has also taken a new approach, or you might call it a slightly different approach, towards achieving better results for our economy, the environment and the community. And in a simple word, it's called teamwork. From the first day on the job, I've tried to build bridges, extend the hand of friendship and reach out for relationships which will benefit this region. We can only deliver on our vision if there's a genuine collaboration between all levels of government, the community and investment. On a personal level, I've travelled the length and breadth of the region to visit as many people in as many communities as I possibly can. There's still more to do and I look forward to that opportunity in the new year. It's been one of the great joys of my first year to meet so many wonderful folks who are proud of our region and happy to help out a neighbour in need. You can't help but be inspired by these people and the things they go through to contribute to our society every day. As councillors, we've worked well together in what can only be described as challenging circumstances. The potential for de-amalgamation would test the most closest of units. And I think we've done well to continue performing professionally and productively. I think the results speak for themselves. The region has been all the better by all of us adopting an approach that says the region comes first. The best example can be seen in the draft planning scheme. This was one of the most comprehensive and exhaustive consultations ever undertaken on the coast, much more than required under statutory legislation, but we thought it was absolutely essential to give everyone a chance to have their say. Councillors from all divisions worked as a team to produce the document which protects and promotes our community of communities. The planning protections for the Blackall Ranges and Noosa remain, while there's a strong support for economic stimulus in the Maroochydore CBD. One size does not fit all in our region. The result is a document which meets the needs of each community and in doing so delivers for the entire community. Council has also taken steps to develop a good relationship with our state government counterparts. It's rare for a region to have such a strong ministerial representation in government with such a big majority, and certainly rare for the Sunshine Coast. As a council, we've tried to make the most of it. We have looked at the state as our partner rather than an adversary, and when we've had to fight, we've fought fair. It's enabled us to get a seat at the table to negotiate the infrastructure costs of Caloundra South. It's allowed us to form a partnership with the member for Maroochydore and the Speaker of the House, Fiona Simpson, to work cooperatively on the region's major projects, including the airport expansion, the Maroochydore CBD and the Convention and Exhibition Centre. This same approach will help us get Palm View off the ground. Being part of a team, whether it be the community, within council or with our state and federal counterparts, has us well placed for the future. Lastly, I was elected to drive council to deliver value for money for ratepayers, quality services and an effective and efficient administration. This year, the Sunshine Coast Regional Council delivered its fourth straight budget surplus, and this year is on track for another balanced budget. In the 2012-13 budget, we announced a capital works program of $146 million, including $18 million for land acquisitions in the Maroochydore Principal Activity Centre, almost $8 million for the economic development initiatives, a general rate increase of just 3.6%, well below council's real costs and at the lower end of Queensland councils. No increase in key levies such as the environment, public transport, tourism and heritage levies, continuation of pensioner remissions estimated at almost $4 million and a continuation of the early payment discounts estimated at almost $9 million. This budget also helped to reinforce the solid foundations of previous years to ensure there are more surpluses to come. The Queensland Treasury Corporation has predicted a $31 million surplus over the next 5 years for a united Sunshine Coast Council. Which brings me to a quote from Jack Nicklaus. Complacency is a continuous struggle that we all have to fight, and this is not a time for us on the Sunshine Coast to be complacent. Although this council is in a strong position, it is continually looking for ways to improve. That's one of the reasons a thorough organisational review of council is important. It was one of my key election commitments and remains one of my key priorities. Much progress has been made in that space, with Ernst & Young having undertaken a significant body of work. But we need to see how the cards fall regarding de-amalgamation before going further down that path. I can say we are changing the bureaucratic paradigm. We haven't got to where we need to be, but we are headed in the right direction. We're taking steps to encourage our professional officers and staff to be less risk averse and more supportive and understanding of private investment and community expectation and aspirations. You can see that in some of the budget measures already mentioned, but it's also happening in ways that are less tangible, but just as important. Attitudes are changing and they'll continue to change. In summary, this year reminds me of a quote from US President Abe Lincoln. The best way to predict the future is to create it. And this year, council has been busy creating the future with a stronger economy, a stronger council to serve a stronger community. What's a stronger economy mean for mums and dads with a couple of kids? It means they'll have a better chance of finding a job, keeping their job, or indeed getting a better job. It means their kids are more likely to find a career path on the coast that suits and fulfills them. It means the biggest investment in their life, the family home, is a good investment. What's a stronger council mean for mums and dads with a couple of kids? A stronger council means rate rises are kept to a minimum at a time when every dollar counts. A stronger council means services are kept to the standard residents expect and deserve. A stronger council means ratepayers don't have to fear a future where rate rises are in double digits and services are cut. I think Council can say we've helped to create that future this year and will continue to do so given the opportunity. De-amalgamation clearly remains a big issue for the region, and I've consistently said I respect the right of people in Noosa and District to get the vote. They've petitioned hard for it and worked hard for it. But I also think it's important that all the information is provided so people can weigh up the pros and cons of both cases, particularly now as it has significant wider implications for all Sunshine Coasters. I'm worried we could take one stronger council and turn it into two weaker councils, as foreshadowed by Mr Meng, the Boundary Commissioner. The Queensland Treasury Corporation figures show that a $31 million surplus predicted for this one strong united council will be turned into a $45 million deficit under two weaker councils. I think it makes for a weaker region at a time when it needs to be stronger to create careers for us and our kids. We can't afford $76 million to be wiped off the region's wealth through inefficiencies. People need to focus on the future and not on the past. Especially when we have so much to look forward to in 2013. A new health hub will create thousands of high-paying jobs. The environmental impact study on the airport will be completed. Much of the preliminary work on the Maroochydore CBD will be produced. A new planning scheme will be introduced. The full effects of Council's economic development measures will start to take hold, and we'll see the first tough mudder on the coast, tipped to attract more than 30,000 participants. I give you this confident conclusion. The state of the region is strong, and it has the potential to get even stronger, and that will be a huge benefit to us all. Before I go, I'd like to leave you with something to think about this festive season. We should always remember there are people in our community who are doing it tough and who would appreciate a hand up. So, this Christmas, if you're not helping someone, then help someone who is. And on that note, I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas.